guys, welcome back. So I was looking through some older pictures that I had from a couple years ago, and I noticed that my makeup looked a little bit different and I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I actually kind of miss doing it that way, so I thought today we should go back and do my eyeshadow the way I used to do it a couple years ago. Typically, I think what's more popular now is doing a gradient from light to dark from the inner corner of the eye to the outer corner. What I personally used to do would be a gradient as well, but from darkest to lightest, from the bottom closest to the lash line going upwards. So today we're going to do that. I actually grabbed one of my berry toned palettes, which I haven't used yet, and today's actually going to be the first time I'm going to use it, so it's going to be kind of a mini first impression. So it's the Beauty Bay palette called Rich. And so it's made up of 9 different matte shades, and we're going to be using mostly matte, some of the dark, and maybe one of the light ones. So we're going to put together a look today. I did finish all of my base makeup first, so foundation, loose powder. I'll list all the items I used in the description box. And I've already primed my eyelids as well, so as you can see it did cancel out some of the discoloration we had there, as well as set it with some loose powder. So I'm going to scoot you guys in. Hopefully that's close enough for you guys to see. So we're just going to be focusing on the eyes already. So what I like to do for this gradient makeup, I actually start with the color that I'm going to be using closest to the lash line. And I'm going to be using my flat packing brush from Referred. This is number 21. And as you can see, it is just flat. This one's pretty good for packing on color. So just a quick description here. The main difference between using a more fanned out fluffy brush like this is that this is typically what you're going to use for blending out colors, whereas this one is what you're going to be using to pack on colors to the lid. So you can pack it on with this and then blend it out through the edges with this. So we're just going to use this one first. I don't know if you guys can see here, but I'm going to choose the color that I want to be kind of the star of the show, which is going to be the most visible on my mobile lid. So I'm going to use this one here. It's called Fawn. And if I don't like how this one looks, I might go in a little bit darker with Mahogany instead. Perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap off any excess, and I'm going to start again lifting my brows and patting this on to the mobile lid there. And I'm going to come close to the inner corner there of the eye. I'm going to leave a little bit of space so that I can later blend that out. These colors are actually really pigmented. I'm very impressed. And I'm just going to get as close to the lash line as I possibly can. You don't want to bring this up too high because we still have to blend out some other colors as well just to make this smooth. So we're going to start... I've just packed it onto the mobile lid here. And again, if I lift my brows, you can see that we still have about double the space to work with to blend out. So I'm just going to repeat this on the other lid as well. And unlike last time's video, I hope this one's going to be a lot shorter. So if you're a trooper and you watch the whole thing, thank you. But this one should not be anywhere as long. And funny enough, I did my makeup to go take my passport pictures, and I'm going to have to redo that. I'll give a better explanation in that next video, but I mean, it was a get ready with me, so who wants to get ready in 5 minutes anyways, right? So this does look a little bit weird, but as always, trust the process. I have also applied some loose powder underneath just to catch any possible fallout we might have. I don't know how this palette performs in that area yet, so decided to be preventative. Alright, so now I'm going to take the second, the mid-tone, I guess, shade that we're going to be working with today. And I'm going to choose, let's say, I'm going to do the second color from the top here. So this is the one I applied all over the lid. I'm going to go in with the second shade here. It's called Organza. And again, I'm going to apply it to my fluffy blending brush. Tap off any excess and it should look like this. And I'm going to start blending out what I had done here with that darker color and this mid-tone shade. I haven't done this type of makeup look in a long time. I feel like and this probably happens to you guys too, but I got very caught up in trying some of the trends and I kind of forgot what used to look good on me, so here's to going back. And I'm just going to repeat the same on the other side. So I'm tapping into that color, tapping off any excess, and I like to pat it in just to map out where it's going to be. And then you can start moving it in small circular motions just to blend it out, and you can carry that upwards as well. So that's how you're going to achieve a much smoother gradient. Already this is looking a lot better. We still have a little ways to go, and we can always go back and forth as well to reapply some of that darker color that we started with in case it gets faded away. Not faded, but I guess brushed away. So with this, I do find that this look is very easy to do and very forgiving. So again, this should be a short video, hopefully. Alright, and I know the edges here still look a little bit harsh, but we're still going to blend that out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a slightly denser brush, still relatively small. So this is just another rougher blending brush. This is number 13. So it looks kind of like the one I just used, but it is a bit smaller. The one I used as well is a little bit tapered there, and this one's just all around the same. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. So I'm going to take this one, and now I'm going to go into the darkest shade of my palette here. And I'm going to go into this one. It's called Chocolate. Oh, what a nice name. So I'm going to tap into that one. And I'm actually going to start darkening up the outer corner. I'm using very light hand. Another way that we could have done this would have been that we could have started with the darkest color first, and then we could have built up that other tone on the lid. So if you know you're going to be working with shadows that are just a tad bit patchy, instead of layering it up like I am, apply the darkest first, fan it out, and then go in with that mid-tone on the mobile lid. We're going to repeat the same over here. By the way, if you are new to my videos, hi, my name is Melodie. I love all things makeup and beauty. So the plan is to post a lot of that stuff here on this channel. Alright, so what I'm going to do, everything's not looking bad from afar, but I do want to blend it out a little bit better. So I'm going to take that same fluffy blending brush I was using, number 1. I'm actually going to go into the lightest shade now, called Pampas. Pampas? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I'm going to tap in just the lightest amount. I'm going to do it here with you guys. Tap off any excess, and I'm just going to go above where the color starts for the lighter tone that we used. And this is just going to be to soften up the edges. As you can see, I'm almost basically taking it into my brow bone. But again, this helps just to diffuse things and making it look way better blended out. Take your time with this, and you should be able to achieve the look you want. Okay, I don't know if you guys caught that. I might have moved a little bit off camera, and I have to be checking from now on more to make sure I'm in this shot. I'm just blending this. And now what I'm going to do, going to take a detailed, just a pencil brush. I'm going to use number 3 from Rougher. As you can see, it goes to a very sharp point. And I'm actually going to take, not from this palette because I already used the lightest, I'm going to go into my Makeup Forever 3-pan palette here. I'm going to go into the second and the first colors here, so the white and the pink. And this is going to be my inner corner color. I'm just going to apply it to the inner corner and brush it out just to blend it in. I like to carry this upwards a bit so it brings more light to my eyes. Repeat the same on the other side. Alright, you can even take some of that onto the brow bone here. I haven't applied any gel yet. I did fill them in, but they don't have any gel, so shouldn't give an issue. Alright, so the eyes are basically done. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish, take off this bake and finish the rest of my makeup off camera. Alright, so I did remove the powder that I was baking with under the eyes. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to apply some eyeshadow to the lower part here. I should be pointing with this smaller brush. To the lower lash line here, just to blend everything out. Otherwise, I do feel it looks a little bit harsh if I don't do that. Just a personal preference. So I'm going to take this domed pencil brush. You can see how big it is there. And this is just an old Sephora one that I have, but any that you have should work fine. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back into that mid-tone shade that we had started with, Organza. I'm going to apply some to my brush here. Tap off the excess. And I'm going to squint a little bit to do this. I'll go ahead and apply it on the lower lash line, and I kind of know the placement of, or I guess the anatomy of my eye, so I'm just going to look up a little bit. And I'm going to go back in again. I'm going to do the same, and I'm just going to work it downwards towards where I get a natural crease in my lower lash line. I'm going to repeat the same on the other side, so I'm going to go back in with that same powder. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to apply it, I'm going to dot it where I want it. And then I'm just going to swoop and brush. Now, this does look like it's been carried quite a way down, but again, trust the process. Once it's all done, it'll look good. Now I'm going to take that second darkest shade that I have, which is all over my mobile lid. It's called Fawn. And I'm just going to apply it to the outer corner there of my lash line. I'm going to bring it back up a little bit to fade it out and stretch it towards the center of my lower lash line. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Bring it up just a little bit. If you do feel like it is looking a little bit harsh on the edges there, you could just take a clean blending brush or a pencil brush, depending on how fine the area you want to get into is. Dry without any color, and just kind of run that through. It's looking a little bit better. And now I'm going to take that pencil brush that we had used, and I'm going to go back into those two colors that I mixed. And I'm going to apply that again in the inner corner, but this time, going downwards, a little bit towards my tear duct and lash line, just to blend those colors together. So you can see a difference. It does bring more light into the eyes this way. And you can do this without actually using a highlighter or a shimmery color. Both look nice, just depends what type of look you're going for. Alright, so looks scary. Pull lashes and liner typically but it's the final touch on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next time you see me, I'm going to be zoomed out. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I did go in and put on some blush, bronzer, highlighter, mascara, liner, and some lashes as well. I am wearing the Ardell Professional lashes in 424, which first time wearing them, and I think I like them. They have a layered effect. Not sure if you could see it there, but they're actually quite nice. As always, the rest of the products will be listed in the description box below. And leave a comment, share, like, and let me know what else you want to see. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.